It's a well-known old wives' remedy. If you have a cold or flu, sore throat, anything like that, honey and apple cider vinegar. ACV, apple cider vinegar. Now this is an old wives' remedy. It really works. It's very soothing. People drink apple cider vinegar, you know, with water, warm water. Drink that, and we know honey and water is good. But honey and apple cider vinegar is a very, very good medical grog. We call it, like, for medicinal purposes. Now you can ferment it and make it alcoholic. I mean, mead is a well-known drink that the Vikings used to make, and I'm very interested in mead. We've been making mead for years. We've been experimenting, my family, my parents, for a long time with these drinks. Now mead, the way the Vikings made it was brilliant, because they would take a colony of bees at the end of the season. Now this sounds terrible because you're killing hundreds of bees, but it's right at the end of their lives. It's the end of the queen will have new brood, she'll have new eggs, new generation will hatch. These are going to die in the winter. That will happen. They're at the end of their lives. Now you take the queen brood out and you keep that, the eggs, that frame, if there's below the queen extractor, there's brood there, there's eggs there for the next generation. Above the queen, it's a queen trap that the queen can't get up. Other bees can come and go, but the queen can't get through. So she's below, she's safe. All the other bees above, and you've got all these frames full up of honey. You take that, you boil some pure water. It's got to be pure water. 0 parts per million, 0 parts per million, ppm. 0 ppm pure water. You boil it, and then you take this, there's like hundreds of bees all around. They come into the honey. You've got all this honey. It's very heavy, and you slowly lower the frames into the boiling water. You put the top on. Melts all the wax. All the honey will melt, get into it, and the wax and all the dead bees will all float to the top. And you can scoop that off. You can use that for soap, candle making, you know, all the uses for wax. You take the wax off. Now you've got this honey water mix. And what we do then, we've got, on my land, we've got loads of apple and pear trees. Now we put an apple press, so we make apple and pear cider, or apple and pear cider vinegar. But we make the apple and pear cider. Now we mix it roughly, over the years we've worked out 25% the honey, the mead, 25% mead, 75% cider, apple juice. Roughly, don't get it exactly right, but we've experimented. And the honey is watery anyway. So we put them together, let them ferment, and then what we do, and here's the drink here. Now you might be wondering, why is it black? You know, it wouldn't be black. We add young green walnut quarters. Split them into quarters or eighths, but you chop them up, you drop them in there in the bottom here. You can eat them with a cocktail stick afterwards. It's very strong, very good. It's an acquired taste. So what would you call this drink? I don't think anyone's ever made it before. We call it walnut infused honey cider. You could call it that. There's all kinds of names. People have done this. The Vikings have done it, but I think we're the only ones who've done walnut infused. Now it preserves the walnuts. You could call it pickled walnuts. Pickled walnuts, but they're not really pickled. That's not correct. Preserved walnuts is similar. You could preserve walnuts in apple cider vinegar, and that's a nice way. The pickled walnuts, you know. But this is preserved. Now the thing is about alcohol. You can make alcohol yourself for your own consumption, no problem. If you want to sell it, you've got to have a license. It's tax to pay. So imagine you're not making an alcoholic drink. That was not your intention. You're making a walnut honey cider vinegar, but something went wrong and it went alcoholic.